In the Season 2 of the D2R ladder, I have begun my journey as a barbarian and I did absolutely everything, from making powerful rune words, making even more powerful rune words, to farming terror zones on a Whirlwind Barbarian, farming normal zones on a Whirlwind Barbarian, going even a full group of CS and Bayo runs, followed by, of course, occasional Diablo clone fights, and even put a gem into the Shaco, and finally and above all fought the most menacing enemy in the game. This is Quad, and I'm happy to present you my ultimate journey from level 91 to 95 on the Barbarian. And of course, we needed to create a powerful weapon to complement our grief in the offhand so that we can deal massive damage. This is Breath of the Dying, rolled only 4% of anti-perfect. What a sheer luck right here. Our second step was to create even more ultimate weapon for our mercenary. For that we needed a little bit of a trade. Got my lore rune for Vex and Gal, thank you buddy, and here it goes. Mal and Gal. Brand, this is ready. 35% chance to cast level 14 amplified damage when struck. This is going to increase my DPS above the skies. But we start with the charms, all the great finds of course. This one is One to War Cries, arguably the worst. Followed by definitely and on a better side one to Javelin and Spear skills for Java zones, really good. Then something yikes happened. Look at this, the ultimate troll of all. Combat skillers, but for Barbarian. Now time for small charms. Look at this beauty. 3, 15 and 7 MF. This is a glorious small charm. Here is another attempt at a grand charm. What this one is going to be. 9 to max damage, 63 attack rating and 6 to dexterity. Beautiful. One more small charm. This one is going to be of course 5 FHR and 3 to all res. Little bit oof on the all res, but still this is such a good one. And one more small charm, 16 to life and 9 cold res. This one is borderline acceptable. And of course one more skiller. Finally, combat skills for Paladin this time. This is definitely a better one. These are also some sort of a charms, Annihilus, and I also changed a little bit my gear for maximum crushing blow, also wand with a life tap in the offhand to forget about life issues fighting Diablo clone, and the first one is 1917-5, really high roll, very good. The second one is 13-16-8, what a terrible roll, very mid. The third one is 12-17-7, once again on the lower side honestly. And number 4, it is 14-13-6, oh my goodness, game stop. Number 5 comes 18-11-6, no, this is still too bad, we need something better. Come on, give it to me, give it to me. 17-13-7, no. And the last one, here comes the best. 18-17-9, the best roll so far. And of course, while Brand Rune Word was really good in the density, the sheer addition of Might and Concentration Aura on this beautiful Pride with 18 concentration would be really good on a lower player settings to make sure that my damage is consistent and DPS is above the skies. So here we come, another setup for the mercenary. I will definitely compare the two and actually few others later on. But now we continue to jewelry, 3-5 cold facet, yikes. Very surprising, 29 Ores Mara's Kaleidoscope, this was very beautiful, I have to admit, was very unexpected. Then, of course, another facet, there will be a bunch of them. This one is perfect, 5-5 Fire, which is actually really bonkers this season, thanks to Thunder Charms and all the fire builds of course. Terrorized Catacombs, and Andario drops me Seros Hymn with 2 defensive auras. Another facet from the Travinco, let's check this one out. Is it going to be? Yes, that's the biggest oof. 3-3 cold junk. I crafted with it something even more valuable than this. Pindle also gave us a little bit of a facet. Let's take a look. 5-4 fire, that's still acceptable. Then Alhazir with his glorious poke gets me another unique amulet. What is this? 29 Ores Mara. Thank you, Alhazir. One more facet over here in the CS. It is another free cold skills facet, another crafting jewel, and a 4-4 fire. This is once again acceptable. Here comes one more of those. Yes, 5-5 fire skills, really useful this season. And finally, the find that I did not want to see on online, I want it on my holy grail, Metal Grid. First time in my D2 career I find this item. What an amulet. Now let's move on to the items. When the catacombs were terrorized, a minion next to Andariel actually dropped me Arachnid Mesh. That was so good that I don't need to buy it, was so happy to find it. Shank dropped me 220 Druid Coronet with Dexterity and 14 Ores. What is this? It's already a second 220 for Druid for me. Then comes really nice dual drop from Pindle. Originally he dropped Colossus Blade, but then also Horde Mithril Coil. This is of course Verdango's Harticord and Bulkath's Sacred Charge. Now this is the Druid Pelt that tried really hard. 10 FHR, free to Tornado, Energy, Fire Res and 2 sockets. My goodness, can you imagine if this rolled 2 to Druid skills? Oh my god. And then obviously good old Oculus over here. And in the pits we find Medusa's Gaze. That is quickly followed by another one from the Bale, another unique Aegis. Medusa's Gaze once again. In the terrorized Far Oasis we find Ghost Glaive, that is Wraith Flight. Troll Belt from the pits, Trangu's Girth. And a trash socket drops us something very interesting. After looking closely we find Winged Axe in his pockets. This is Lacerator. Probably the best base I've ever found so far in this season. After horking that group we find Superior Faceblade. Let's check it out. 14 ED and 5 sockets. It's time to roll a Griffin it, I guess. Green Lacquered Plate. What is this? Of course, Taurasha's Guardianship. Now City of the Damned. After looking closely again in this Afflicted, I found Green Vortex Shield. This one as well, I don't think I ever found before, has been on both my grails. Griswold's Honor, 3 sockets. I also picked up those battle boots from Diablo. These are, of course, War Travelers, 39 magic fine, I'll take that. And the Ormus robe, right there, 3 to Thunderstorm, yikes, drop it back on the ground. Sacred Rondake, this is Alma Negra with 2 to Paladin skills this time. Ooh, Cryptic Axe, Ethereal, no, but how many sockets? 3 sockets this time, beautiful, very good find. And probably the one find that nobody wants to see. This is of course the Green Diadem. Oh my goodness, Mavina's True Sight. Nobody, never, please. The good old Green Shell, let's take a look at this one. Leviathan with 23% damage reduction. One of the rarest items in the game as well. This is TC87, Legend Spike, always ethereal, Ghost Flame, absolutely useless. And a good old pair of chances with 39 MF, not too shabby. Take a look at those rare boots, Wormhide boots. What did they roll? 20 faster on walk, dual res, extra gold and 22 MF, that's a good pair, I call it. And then the demon head falls from the face of the fallen. Let's check it out. And Dario's Visage, 9 lifesteal, 27 strength. Could have been definitely better. Infector dropped us heavy bracers. Those are, of course, very decent for Java Zone. 220 with 30 cold dress, I'll take that. And the unique tiara from this pack. This is, of course, Kira's Gordian with 61 all resistances and cannot be frozen.
And so, locked beyond the gateway of blood and past the hall of fire, valor awaits for the hero of light to awaken.
Arcane Valor with 2 to all skills. Diablo was generous to drop us Vampire Bone Gloves, Draco's Grasp. And something very surprising, is this actually the best in slot for the current bugged build? 2 to Druid, 10 FHR, 3 to Shockwave, 10 life and 20 lightning resistances. What is this with my luck this season on the Druid pelts? Now on to runes, so the Mao rune and the Stony Tombs. There will be some juicy ones, I'm telling you. Wow, Zod rune. Second Zod rune in a month that I got in the season 2 of D2R. I will probably not see it for the next 2 years in my single player. Casual pool. And here it is, the juiciest, the most interesting one, the most expected one. This is, of course, Tal rune. Wow, so good guys. And yeah, of course, Jar rune as well. Eldritch Gang had some rune in their pockets. Pool in the Pits. And the City of the Damned gave us Gal rune. And another pool rune from Stony Tombs. Now it was a time to bid farewell to Season 2 of D2R, so I gave away all my gear, free setups for Whirlwind, Zerker Barbarian and Goldvine Barbarian, and the lucky owner is Emil. Congratulations, and thank you for hanging out on the streams. So, that was it for my Barbarian. I will definitely cover a couple of builds that I rediscovered starting from the scratch and actually leveling up, gearing up on different possibilities with the Barbarian, so stay tuned for those. In the meantime, if you want to see previous highlights with Zerker, or maybe check out the beginning build for the 0 to Zerker Barbarian, take a look at those videos. Thank you again for watching, and see you next time.